Hi guys, and welcome to Martinsville. We're at Martinsville for the Wheeling Tour Modified series. Now, if you've been watching reasonably regularly, you would have known that I've been doing the 1987 NASCAR series, and after last week's absolute shit show at Martinsville, I just couldn't quite bring myself to run Bristol in them this week. I just am so tired of driving around under caution. Had a horrible league race a couple of nights ago as well, which didn't help. And I just wanted to give myself a bit of a breath of fresh air and jump into what is one of my favourite cars on iRacing, and is something that is generally loved by everybody that drives them and misunderstood by the people that don't. But these are great. They just do everything you want them to do. They've got no aero worth a name. It's actually a really fun car to drive. Hoping the race is going to be nice and clean. Obviously, we don't know how that's going to turn out. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I don't get too much of an opportunity to race these. I did try to run a series for these a while ago, but getting Aussies to try and race oval is difficult enough in the first place, and getting them to drive a car which they have no idea what it is also doesn't help either. So it struggled for numbers, even though I enjoyed driving them very, very much. And they generally sit there and ask, is it a Holden or a Ford, and then furrow their brow when you say it's neither, and then they leave. So anyway, we'll jump into this one and see how we go. We've only got 30 seconds left of practice, so I did do a few practice laps earlier on. And yeah, everything was good. Car sort of, even on the stock setup. I mean, I've never really played with setups on these, but they do seem to tuck into the corners real nice, a lot nicer than the Cup car does, and it's around about a second a lap or so faster than the Cup car around here. So definitely well suited to the job. So we'll jump in, run some qualifying laps here, and see how we go. Not even sure where I stack up in this race. Number six. Okay, let's see how we get on. Quite a weird sort of seating position in these if you're not used to it, and it's only got 2 gears, so there we are. That's all the shifting I need to do.
Green flag. Hey man, let's knock out a couple good ones here.
Okay, overdrove that. Front just washed out. That's better. Where's that put us? Alright, well, we're on the front row.
Second flag, bud.
As it sits right now. So we'll just watch the rest of the times come in. There's 3.5 minutes left, so I might skip it actually. Yeah, I'll skip this bit, cut this bit out, and I'll rejoin you for the start of the race. Alright, so we're just about finished qualifying, just getting ready to grid up. As you can see, Jim George there, pole 19.0, which is quick. He's obviously done this before. That's really fast. And yeah, we're down here on a 19.2. And you go all the way back. I think this race didn't actually split, so you've got the best of the best and the worst of the worst in here as well. So it's going to make for an interesting race. I'm glad I'm starting on the inside. Starting on the outside here, generally in official races on, well, any oval, but short tracks especially, you seem to find guys who like to really overdrive the entries and send it in there, whereas I tend to be more of an earlier breaker. I try and brake early, get the turning done, and then power out, which sometimes puts me in a bit of trouble in these races when guys are driving it in really hard. So I'm glad to be starting on the inside, so I'm not so exposed in the first couple of laps. I'm very doubtful whether we're going to be able to keep up with Jim and Nick and guys like that, but if we can have a good sort of race around this area with Michael and Jared, potentially other Michael in there, and perhaps we might have a good race in here. Hopefully we come away with a good result. Now, there's no tyre changing in this race,
Help us a little bit.
but there is fueling. We're not going to need to fuel. That much is
The
obvious.
road is closed.
But we can't change tyres, so just have to see how we go. I really should do myself a proper paint scheme for this. I've just got one out of the iRacing paint kit at the moment, but I think I should probably do something a bit nicer. Put that on the to-do list.
You don't get any extra tyre sets to this race, so let's be smart out there.
Alright, so as the pace car moves, we will too. Got 2 pace laps, and then we'll get after it. You really notice when there's other cars on the track how much the big engine and the air cleaner actually blocks your view. I mean, you can just about lose an entire car in that blind spot, but I guess you just have to be a little bit aware that the car that was there hasn't just vanished. So we'll see how we go here. As I say, I'll try not to get taken from behind, but we'll just have to see how it goes.
One to go.
I remember I had a little Matchbox car, one of these when I was a little kid. I could never realise why the wheels on the right stuck out further than the wheels on the left. It really used to bug me. Now I know why, of course, but as a little kid with no idea what this really was, yeah, we don't have any exposure to stuff like this in Australia.
Pace cars off. Be ready. Be ready. Green flag.
Alright, we're away. Thought there was going to be a wreck there.
Outside, outside. Still outside. We're high. Caution somewhere. Caution.
Oh, that didn't take long.
What is that laying up here, road right
I
now?
really hope it's not going to be one of these races. I really, really do.
Yeah, why don't you go make sure what that is so we don't get flat leaving. Pit road is closed.
Should be fairly short cautions anyway. It's only a short track, and guys aren't, I don't think they make allowances for people pitting and so on. I guess we'll see. The thing with short tracks as well is not only do people sort of freak out a bit when they're not used to the tight racing, but they don't hit the wall or hit anything else at a high enough speed to actually knock them out of the race. So they just keep going and going and going and wrecking and wrecking and wrecking, which is usually the way in these short track races, that it's the same 1 or 2 guys that are all the wrecks. And the guys up front are generally fine. Not sure, yeah, it's really hard to get clean races on sim racing on a short track. And I mean, realistically, the real life short track races are more prone to wrecks than the bigger tracks. But there just seems to be so many of them. You get 1 or 2 and people start to think that there's going to be another caution, so any spot that they're going to make, they have to make right now before the next caution comes out, and then that in itself makes cautions. So yeah, you just got to sort of relax a little, which is hard when you've got 20 odd maniacs around you as well, and when you're one of those maniacs, of course.
Alright, fellas, get focus now.
Starting on the outside, which is going to be a little tricky.
Jack looked at all that stuff. You guys might want to try to do some work on the back side of pit wall here. Get your shoes dry. If nothing else, for when you get up on the wall, get some towels or something put on top of the wall so that you don't slip when you jump off. It's going to be on the outside.
Try not to lose any spots, but it really depends on how well the guy in front of us gets away as well.
Are you ready? Green, green, green. That's right, you're winding that thing up now.
Went to shift to third, forgot I only have 2 gears.
Inside, inside. Still inside. Clear, clear. Inside.
And there we go, guy behind sending it.
Still inside. Stay with him. Clear.
Covered him that time. Hopefully we're clear now. Okay.
You want something to drink?
I'm starting to get a feeling about this.
Don't take a Captain Morgan and Diet Coke. The road is closed.
I'm starting to get a feeling.
The road is open.
I'm probably just going to cut the cautions out. I'll come back to your green.
They could be lining up behind the 4. Radio check, test 1, 2.
Okay, so we're on one to go here.
Yes, sir.
Just lining up. Hopefully get away as well as I did last time. Got away okay, so that was alright. I'm a bit nervous about the 10. He seems fairly keen to send it. He's a car behind me on the inside. We kind of sent it last time, so yeah, fingers crossed.
Alright, old boy, clean them things up. Give those belts a tug. Get ready to rock and roll here. Boss man, time to go to work. Green, green.
Oh, got a bit sideways this time. I'm going to have to leave in space.
Inside, inside, inside.
Might even lose the spot here.
Still there. Quarter inside.
Just struggling
Still inside.
just at that center point of the turn to get it to rotate,
Still inside.
which is something it does really well on the inside. So yeah, rub the wall then. I'm going to have to give this up. Probably.
Still inside.
Yeah,
Clear.
that's okay. This guy's driving it in hard and they're just losing it mid-turn. Guy in front and guy behind did it. For fuck's sake.
Inside.
That was
Quarter
hopeless.
inside. Still there.
That was really average.
Inside. Clear, clear.
Just going to have to settle down. I did that a couple of times in practice too. I just kind of struggled to get a bit of a bead on where the other side of the car is, which is pretty stupid, I know. Pisto's trying to make up all this time on the entries. But we've got a bit of space to work in now, so that's cool. A bit annoyed about my mistake, but what do you do? I actually thought that when these guys got by me they were going to hold me up, but they're not. They're actually pretty fast, so I'm not that bothered about being behind them. Oh, he just did what I did. Guy in front's like nearly gained 2 spots from guys doing the exact same thing. Must be loving it. Oh, he hasn't gained a spot yet. So he's probably gonna... They're getting pretty aggressive with each other, so... Something might happen shortly. I'm just not overly... okay, we've got caution. I was just about to say I'm not that confident to just send it in under brakes. Just not that good at it, so I don't, generally. That was a good little green flag run.
Pit road is open.
Oh, I thought he was going to pit then for a sec. And I'm going to be starting on the outside again. But I'll come back to you after the caution.
1 to go. So you should be on the outside.
Alright, so if I can get through this restart without losing a spot, I'll be happy. Starting on the outside kind of sucks. You can hold it, but you can't really get ahead. And then the longer you try and hold it out there, the more likely it is that the next guy's going to snake through. So,
Pace cars off, be ready.
See how we go here.
Green flag.
Bit of a messy start. Got hit, but that's okay. Just want to get down to the bottom without having a guy get out the inside of me. There we go. Just cover off that inside line until we manage to get a gap, which we should be able to.
There will be a caution. Safe fuel. Closed.
Come back to you for the green.
Come around the pace car. We're on 1 to go.
Okay, so we're on one to green.
outside.
The guy who hit me on the last restart just sent an apology through. It wasn't 100% his fault though, like people were kind of accelerating and going and they were real kind of on a hair trigger a bit with the throttle. I was the same, so wasn't 100% on him. Guys are starting to jostle at the front of you, they look like they're getting real aggressive.
Sounds a good time, man.
Wouldn't be surprised to see another
Alright, boss,
caution.
man. Pace
All I'm
car's
trying
off.
to do off this start here is hold on to my position, not lose another spot.
Green flag.
But we've gained one. No, we haven't. No, I thought we had, but we hadn't. No, we didn't lose one though, so that's cool. Okay, we're all back pretty much single file again. I'm really just going to have to wait for an opportunity to present itself to make up a spot here. I really don't want to just send it in under brakes and become the very thing I hate. It's only 15 to go, so if I am going to go forward I've got to think of something, but it's not like the guys in front are holding me up. You know, I'm pretty much driving at a good race pace and I'm keeping with them, but I'm not getting held up at all. Done it again.
Inside.
What an absolute moron.
Still there. Inside. Clear him.
So stupid. I really got to get my radar working on these cars. Just driving into the wall on your own is pretty bloody poor. So those guys are turning in a lot wider than I am because I just can't get my bearings, although he's gone in the wall there now too.
10 more, man. 10 to go.
I just feel like a bit of an idiot making mistakes like that, but it seems a few people have done it. And I've driven in way too deep there.
Caution. Save yourself. Save more
Did
fuel.
not want another restart, I was quite happy for that to run through. We'll be starting on the outside yet again, but I'll come back to you for the green flag.
The road is open. Open. We line up on the outside.
Alright, getting ready to go. There's only two. It's going to restart with one to go, so I cannot see anything but carnage happening here. But it is what it is. We'll we'll probably end up going home on the wrecker.
But get her cleaned
It's
up real
just
good.
got a feeling.
To the green here. Pace car's off. Are you ready? White flag this time. Green flag. Nice. Inside. Still there. Clear. Near the top side.
Okay, there was carnage, but it wasn't us. So gained a spot, top 5. That actually went better than I thought.
Flag.
Bad luck for that guy that got in the wreck.
Fuck yeah, that was good.
But yeah, we'll take that. So yeah, we've got a bit of green flag running out of that, which is more than we got at Wilkesboro last week. So yeah, pretty happy with that. But I guess I'll leave it there, and we'll see you next time.
Go in the garage, fellas.